Good morning everyone and welcome to Dowth. That's where we are today, on the hill of Dowth here. You can see it behind me. And Dowth is one of 3 sites here in the Boyne Valley, BRU NA BOINNE. It is a Neolithic site like Newgrange and like Dowth, and this is Dowth we're at today. And this site here shares an astronomical alignment with Newgrange. The special solar celebration at Newgrange also happens here. Now we're going to work our way around here, anti-clockwise around the hill, starting here with this first rock here, which is known as the Rock of the Seven Suns, S-U-N-S. And we've got Kiri Murray with us here, who's going to take us on the tour. So please join us on our tour. So here we are at our first stop here, and this is the stone.
I can't go, this is all ours.
Yes, we hear you. So here we are at our first stop here, the Stone of the Seven Suns, S-U-N-S. And Kiri is going to explain to us what this is all about. But first, Kiri has written a poem here to tell us what we can expect on our journey around the hill here. Ready, Kiri, when you're ready to read us your poem? Yes.
Right, I call this poem Dowth. In this Boyne countryside, where men fought and died by James's and King Billy's guns, we have peace for a change as I sit near Newgrange on this Rock of the Seven Suns. Disregarding the bones, men robbed most of these stones, then built a barn to hold hay, but were damned by a curse to have no gold in their purse and are still in debt to this day. In Dowth graveyard is lying, underneath the great shrine, O'Reilly, a Fenian great, who lived life to the full and died near Boston at Hull. He's well known still in that state. He lies there with pride, with an angel each side, and a sword and a spear so sharp. And there sits on the ground an Irish wolfhound and a green Fenian flag with its harp. Now in this wild country stands a lone fairy tree, ivy choked, it's starting to die. Under it fast asleep are 14 large sheep, in its shade they just love to lie. Now a stone facing south at this great mound of Dowth has power some people sense, and a door like Loch Crew, where the sun should shine through, is now shaded by a thick woody fence.
Very good, Kiri. So now you're going to tell us what the significance of this Stone of the Seven Suns is. And you've cleaned this stone up, Kiri, haven't you?
I've just put water on to get photographed.
Right, okay.
So, this is the curved stone, and they say it hasn't been excavated, and they say this is like K1 in Newgrange, and they say behind this is a passage grave which hasn't been developed. And if you look at here, you'll see it's like the remains of an opening of a passage grave.
Oh, yeah, behind it there, yeah.
So, right over here is the graveyard where our great John Boyle O'Reilly, the great poet, was buried. It's a beautiful shrine. If we go around here, then the fairy tree is right over here. You see the fairy tree here beside you?
Yes.
And and if we go around, then we see the two passage graves, north and south, and it's got the same diameter as Newgrange, and it also had a temple on top, which was destroyed. This is the temple. The temple on top, and this is what it looked like before it was interfered with the top of it, and also. When they were looking for the Ark of the Covenant, local knowledge has it, and they used dynamite to blow away some of this, and they left a lot of loose stones, and a local farmer took all the stones and built a hay shed, and he had bad luck ever after that. So that's the story about the poem. So this is the first of the passage graves. This is called Dowth North. It's very small. It's a 4 metre long passage. It's got 3 large upright slabs holding the roof. Very little in this one.
So, Kiri, this is the most important site here on this complex, isn't it?
This is the most important passage grave, and it's known as Dowth South. On the 21st of December, at around 3 o'clock, when the sun is setting, the setting sun shines right through here, and it shines right through here onto the back stone. And then the stone is at an angle. When the light shines on the stone, it deflects the light into another chamber on the right hand side. This is opened up generally on the 21st of December for 30 days. You can go in and look at it.
So people can go in there on the 21st?
A lot of people go in there.
And the chamber is over here in this
The chamber,
direction?
the most important, the chamber goes on to the right here like this, and it's lit up when the sun shines in, the setting sun. And this, this is referred to my poem, the sun shone in here, and then they say that
So we're facing directly west here?
we're facing directly west here, and I've been in there a few times myself. So it's spectacular.
And is the chamber cruciform shape or what is it?
It's in the shape of a cross, but
Okay.
the most important chamber is on the right hand side, where the sun, when the sun shines on the flat stone, it's tilted, it lights it all
It
up.
lights it all up.
Amazing.
And you've seen that?
I've seen that a couple of times.
Spectacular, yeah?
Spectacular, yes.
Right. As good as Newgrange?
Well, not as good as Newgrange, but good just the same.
It shares the same sunset with it anyway, doesn't
well,
it?
it shares the sunset, when Newgrange is the sunrise. So it's,
Right, and a lot of people who can't get to Newgrange come here for that, don't they?
you can just come here and there's nothing to stop you. You can come in here anytime you like and look. It's never been excavated, and you don't know very much about it yet. So I don't know if they ever will excavate it. Maybe they will.
Okay, Kira, where are we going now?
We'll go around now towards the fairy tree.
Here, fairy
Hello.
tree.
Oh.
Nettle, dock. So here on the west of the fairy tree, Kiri, we've come across some of these curbstones. And what are these about? These are energy stones, are
Some
they?
of these are energy stones, and people who pick up energy can feel a buzz off these, and they say that they're healing stones. And there's 2 or 3 of these now. If you just stand back for them, anyone who can feel energy, so that they call them healing stones. It takes a while.
It just takes a while, yeah.
This is, well, you feel the buzz? Yeah. Yeah, they give off energy, and they say they're healing stones.
There is a buzz off it, you can feel it. Feel it, yeah? Those are energy stones, right, and that's on the way. Let's go now to the fairy tree. And Kiri, we still haven't got to the fairy tree yet because we found more curbstones, more energy stones. And you're saying that there's actually an energy line running across here.
The energy line runs from here right over towards the fairy tree.
And that tree behind me is a very peculiar angle, is it not? Has that got to do with the energy, Kiri?
No, I don't think so, but it's a beautiful sycamore tree, and people just, it's lovely spots.
But you can feel
Keep
yourself
energy up the
swaying.
Yeah, you can feel yourself, it's like an optical illusion, you feel yourself swaying.
Yeah.
And you can feel the energy as we're walking down here, you
This
can
is
feel the energy,
This is
Kiri.
all energy here. Yeah.
Right, ley line, very strong ley line.
Very strong ley lines.
Okay, we're now going to go to the fairy tree eventually, finally.
This is the fairy tree, the Dowth fairy tree, but this is all reflected here because the ivy has taken over completely. But the ivy is a good thing because the ivy feeds up the bees. The bees in the autumn, when there's no pollen or anything else, they get a load of pollen off the ivy. So, and this is for the sheep shelter in here, as I mentioned in the poem. And then an energy line, the energy line goes right by here, very strong energy line. This is the well, Dowth well, but in the summertime it dries up. There's no water in it now, but the water, it comes out from the hill here and fills up and flows down into the drain here. And it's just, yeah, it's just winter. You want to come here in the winter time to see it. Yep. This is a memorial to the great poet John Boyle O'Reilly, and he was born here and he was transported to Australia through hard labour, being a Fenian, and he escaped to America and eventually he was brought back and he was buried here. This is the significance. This is the Irish angel with the Irish wolfhound and the Irish flag. This is the American angel with the star here, the American flag here, and this is the bust of John Boyle O'Reilly, and this is the American eagle, and this is the Irish harp. Absolutely amazing structure to commemorate. I have one poem, I have a poem of John Boyle O'Reilly, he was a great poet. I could read this poem. John Boyle O'Reilly wrote this. It's called The Fame of the City. A great rich city of power and pride, with streets full of traders and ships on the tide, with rich men and workmen and judges and preachers, the shops full of skill and the school full of teachers. The people were proud of their opulent town. The rich men spent millions to bring it renown. The strong men built and the tradesmen planned. The shipmen sailed to every land. The lawyers argued and the schoolmen taught. And a poor shy poet his verses brought and cast them into the splendid store. The tradesmen stared at his useless craft. The rich men sneered and the strong men laughed. The preacher said it was worthless quite. The schoolmen claimed it was theirs to write. But the songs were spared, though they added naught to the profit and praise the people sought. That was wafted at last from distant climes, and the townspeople said, to remotest times, we shall send our name and our greatness down. The boast came true, but the famous town had a lesson to learn when all was said, told. The nation that honoured cared not for its gold, its skill they exceeded an hundredfold. It had only been one of 1,000 more, had the songs of the poet been lost to its store. Then the rich men and the tradesmen and the schoolmen said that they never derided, but praised instead. And they boast of the poet their town had bred.
So here we are back where we started again. And just to remind you, here's the map here. We are one of 3 here sites in the Boyne Valley, BRU NA BOINNE. There is Newgrange, one side is Nowth, and here we are here at Dowth. So thank you very much, Kerry, for your words of wisdom and knowledge. We know a lot more about this place than we did before we came. And thank you all for watching. And we shall meet again soon.